this year for our Christmas tours, what we decided to do was to celebrate the Christmas of 1869. It was an incredible time in Washington. We had the new town hall being built. You have a lot of new buildings being constructed on Main Street, and things were changing. Washington was not a sleepy little town anymore. It was really starting to grow. And it just so happens 1869 is when the time capsule was put into the cornerstone. The time capsule is from the old town hall. In 1869, they were building a new town hall, which was on the site of the current courthouse on the corner of Cherry and Main. And they actually had Ulysses S. Grant, President Grant, come in and lay the cornerstone for that town hall. It was a big event. People came from all around. It was one of the biggest gatherings in Washington since the hangings up on Gallows Hill. And in the cornerstone, they had a time capsule. So they put this box, this lead box in, and it had a variety of different objects. It had Western Pennsylvania rye whiskey. Unfortunately, when they put this in, they didn't lay it down, and so the cork dried up and it all evaporated. So we never did get the sample of the 1869 rye whiskey. But they had unique things like vulcanized rubber false teeth. So a pair of 1869 false teeth, which I just think are absolutely incredible. And it was a process that was invented here in Washington, so I think that's why they decided to go ahead and put it in the time capsule. All kind of things like fashion-wise, belt buckles, shoe buckles, different varieties of samples of fabrics, just to show what the fashions of the day would have been. All kinds of coins, and then other things, the flyers that they put out, the big broadsides that they put out to advertise that Grant was going to be there laying the cornerstone. They had a bunch of different newspaper articles from the period that they put in. Well, unfortunately, it got damaged. In the late 1890s, it was decided they were going to build a new courthouse. So they tore down the courthouse that was on the site, but the town hall was still pretty new. It was only about 30 years old, and they decided to save it. Well, they took down the pillars on the front, and they basically lifted it up. They moved it down Cherry and then rotated it so that it was facing Cherry. Well, when they did that, they cracked the cornerstone. And people forgot about the time capsule. It wasn't one of those things where we were waiting for 2069 to open it up. Everybody forgot. And it wasn't until 1992 that they were tearing down the town hall. They wanted to make room for the new jail. That the workers, as they were tearing it down, got to the cornerstone, noticed it was cracked, and then saw inside of it that there was a cavity, there was an opening. So they called down to the Historical Society and said, you guys might want to come up and check this out. And so they came up and they found this box with all its contents. Unfortunately, because of it being cracked, it started to leak, and most of the documents they couldn't save. One of my favorite items that they found in it is they found in a box hair. They weren't real sure why there was hair in there. But luckily, there was a historian, Alfred Cray, that wrote in his history of Washington County, he wrote the contents of the time capsule. So we knew exactly what was going to be in there. Once they found this listing, they were able to figure out that this was the hair of Mad Anthony Wayne, General Anthony Wayne, which Waynesburg's named after. They had a sample of his hair put in there.